and welcome back to Inspired Method Marketing, your Edmonton business coach here on YouTube. My name's Karen and this is my husband Trevor, and we are going to be talking about it takes a long time to be an overnight success. We hear that all the time. Oh, she's an overnight success. Well, really, there's years, even as a singer or performer, if you think about those people, overnight success. Most of the time they were practicing or, they've been singing since they were born. It's just not overnight. So Jim Collins, the author of 6 books, says somehow over the years people have gotten the impression that Walmart was just this great idea that turned into an overnight success. But it was an outgrowth of everything we'd been doing since 1945. And like most overnight successes, it was about 20 years in the making. Oh yeah. I've read the story of Jim Walton, is that his name? Sam Walton. Yeah. Got his name wrong already.
Sam Walton.
I knew it was Wall something. Anyway, no, he did not start out as Walmart, that's for sure. It took Amazon a decade before it actually turned a profit. Wow.
Yep, they were doing millions and millions of dollars in sales, but they didn't turn a profit, I think, until 2003.
Wow.
Started in 1993, 2003. First year they turned a profit. It's a long time.
You got to be able to ride that wave, that's for sure.
You do.
Lots of business owners see an entrepreneurship video, attend a seminar about business ownership, and get stars in their eyes. Unfortunately, they soon realize that it isn't as easy as it looked.
Nope.
And it's actually a fortunate thing if you realize that quite early, because then you realize you have to put the work in.
If it was easy, everyone would do it.
So do most businesses start out with an amazing product or service offering?
No, they don't. Usually it starts off with an idea, and they think, let's start doing this, particular service or product. But then as they, look at the market and how people are responding, then their product or service offering changes to adapt to what the clients are looking for. If you are creating a widget and then trying to find someone who will buy that widget, then you're probably going to fail. But if you have a viable market, viable person, type of customer who needs that service, you find out what their needs are, and then you create something to fill that need. That's how you should do it.
So does this mean the owner has to invest more time to make up for this?
Yeah, absolutely, because you don't get it right out of the gate. There's always going to be things that you need to change, you need to improve, you need to do some investigating, some learning. It takes time to learn these things. Just like Sam Walton, it wasn't an overnight thing when he started.
No.
It took a long time to build up that momentum and become the machine that it became. Now it's a household name, so it's gonna take a long time.
They even went through rebranding, name changes, and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, lots of different things that they had to do. So listen, it's not going to be any different for you.
So is this a scalable model?
Scalable, well, what you have to keep in mind when you think of scale is once you have the right product service offering for your ideal and likely buyers, then it's a matter of creating the systems and processes to make it scalable. So that means getting the right people on the bus, the wrong people off the bus, and then systematizing that business and that product service so that you can scale. If you are, if you don't have something that is scalable and only one person can do it, then you're never going to scale. You're never going to be able to leave. You're never going to be able to take a vacation. You're always going to be working on that business. So you have to create something that is teachable to somebody else. Make systematized processes so that other people can do the work.
Does it take a long time to create repeatable processes to ensure quality?
Yeah, 100%. It takes some time. You have to go through many different renditions of your product, your service. It takes a long time to get that just right. And then once you do, like the saying goes, I think it's from Dr. Zollner, says, nail it, then scale it. So get it right, and then you can scale it.
Yeah. Who is initially responsible for all sales and marketing for a business?
Well, people who are responsible for the sales and marketing initially are the business owners themselves. Take for instance, when you're doing let's say a service business, lawn care, electrical, fence building, deck building, stuff like that. You are responsible to do all of that. You got to knock on the doors, leave flyers, meet face to face with people. That's up to you to do all of that at the beginning. It's not going to be, abdicated to somebody else and rely on them to do the work for you, because why? You are the name and the face of that business. You're the one with the passion to show people what it's all about, because then once you understand what people are looking for, you can create that scalable model and teach other people to catch that same fire, then you can show other people how to do that.
How long does it take to implement scalable marketing systems?
Well, as far as a timeline goes, I don't know the exact timeline. It all depends on the business, right? Depends on what you're doing, right? It's not the same for every business, but it takes some time. I would say you're looking more than a year.
Yeah, that would have been my.
Yeah, more than a year. I would say probably closer to 3 to 5 years is when your things are actually working the way that they should be working. But the minimum would be around a year, around the 12-month mark. Then you have at least some scalable processes in marketing in place that can help your business to grow.
How can cash flow constraints hinder growth even if you have a lot of sales?
Well, cash flow is very important, because if you don't have the cash flow to either pay for more people to do the work or materials.
This is actually a reason why businesses go bankrupt. I was just reading from a friend on Facebook. If you're overselling, then you have to hire more people to fulfill, and you just kind of put the cart before the horse. You can't scale it properly and actually prepare for lean times, because there's always a cycle. And if you don't do that, you have a very high risk in going bankrupt. And some people have, there's some real bad sob stories of, even in a small way, it's still devastating to a small business, just as much as to a big business.
Yeah.
Because, even though you're growing, maybe your systems aren't in place, and that's where you lack, and it can be really, really harmful.
So let's say you've sold lots of your product, lots of your service, but then it comes to can't deliver on it, right? You can't fulfill, because the time when you're getting paid from the client and the time your bills are due from suppliers or payroll or taxes, you can run out of money before you can actually fulfill that project. So that's a massive problem that a lot of companies run into. Even though they've sold, hypothetically, they haven't collected any money because it's not done yet. So you have to, be on top of things and scale properly.
So is hiring outside leadership a guarantee of success and growth?
No. If you read the book Good to Great by Jim Collins, you'll see there that any of their good to great companies who outperformed the stock market over a number of years, a number of decades, they always hired their top level CEOs and managers from within. They didn't have some outside talent or outside guru come in and take over and make the business to shine. It was all done from inside. So it's about building that culture from within the company that will help you to succeed and to grow.
Yeah, and I think that's where you find that perfect person, because they have the culture, right? So how long should you plan for developing leaders?
This is a long-term goal. It's not a short-term anything. There's nothing, if you're thinking of just being in business for the short term, then get out of business. It's a long-term, long-haul process. It takes time. So you got to be planning at least 5 years out to find the right people to be in key positions in your company. Because it takes time for people to understand the processes, systems, culture, the passion, understand the customers, understand the overall plan of what you're wanting to do. And it may even take a long time for you to figure all that out for your business.
I was going to say that, get all the wrinkles out.
Do all the hard work of getting started. Getting started is the hard part. Refining your product service offering, figuring out your cash flow and how to make it profitable and scalable. It all takes time. And then having the right team members on board who are willing to go the distance. That's something that is special and unique, and you just got to plan for it long term.
Okay, thanks so much for joining us here on YouTube. We are the Edmonton Business Coach, Inspired Method Marketing. Don't forget to like the video, leave us a comment, tell us maybe, a story that you have about how long it takes to be an overnight success. Maybe you have a story of your own. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next video.